In this video, we delve into the captivating world of saturation diving, specifically focusing on the experiences of divers working on oil rigs. Saturation diving is a specialized technique that allows divers to work at great depths for extended periods, but it comes with its own set of formidable challenges and dangers. These divers face extreme underwater pressures, which can lead to serious health risks, including decompression sickness, also known as the bends. The environment is often dark and cold, with limited visibility, and the presence of powerful underwater currents can make their tasks even more perilous. As we explore the thrilling yet daunting life of a saturation diver, we will uncover the rigorous training they undergo to prepare for these high-stakes missions, as well as the advanced technology that supports their work. This video aims to provide an informative glimpse into the unique experiences of these underwater professionals, highlighting both the excitement and the risks involved in their daily routines. But it's not just about the technical aspects. We will also touch on the mysterious encounters that divers sometimes face beneath the waves. From unexpected wildlife interactions to eerie underwater phenomena, these stories add an element of intrigue that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. As we journey through the depths of the ocean alongside these brave individuals, we invite you to join us in exploring the thrilling adventures and the hidden dangers that come with being a saturation diver on an oil rig. Prepare to be informed and captivated as we reveal the extraordinary tales that lie beneath the surface, showcasing the resilience and courage of those who dare to dive into the unknown. The daily life of a saturation diver on an oil rig is a unique blend of intense responsibility and profound isolation. Working at depths that can exceed 1,000 feet, divers often find themselves in a world far removed from the surface, where the pressure is immense and the environment is unforgiving. This isolation can be mentally taxing, as divers spend weeks at a time in a pressurized living chamber, cut off from the outside world. The solitude can lead to feelings of loneliness, but it also fosters a strong bond among crew members who share this extraordinary experience. Decompression is a critical aspect of a saturation diver's routine. After spending extended periods at depth, divers must undergo a carefully monitored decompression process to safely return to the surface. This procedure is essential to prevent decompression sickness, a potentially life-threatening condition that occurs when nitrogen bubbles form in the body as pressure decreases. The risks associated with this condition underscore the importance of adhering to strict protocols and timelines during decompression, making it a vital responsibility for divers and their support teams. Despite the challenges, camaraderie among crew members is a cornerstone of life on the rig. Divers rely heavily on one another for support, both physically and emotionally, as they navigate the rigors of their work. The shared experiences of overcoming obstacles and facing dangers together create a strong sense of unity. Crew members often engage in team-building activities during their downtime, fostering friendships that help alleviate the stress of their demanding environment. In this high-stakes setting, the bonds formed among saturation divers and their support teams are crucial, as they work together to ensure safety and success in their underwater missions. This blend of isolation, responsibility, and camaraderie defines the daily life of a saturation diver on an oil rig. The Arabus Oil Rig, a prominent player in offshore drilling, has recently undergone significant operational changes that have profoundly impacted its crew. The transition of the Arabus operation to a new location in the ocean has brought both opportunities and challenges. This move was necessitated by the need to tap into new reserves, but it also meant that the crew had to adapt to unfamiliar waters and conditions. As they settled into this new environment, the crew faced heightened demands, including increased overtime and extended shifts that tested their physical and mental endurance. With the shift to a new operational site, the stress levels among the crew escalated. Extended hours became the norm, leading to fatigue and a sense of pressure as they worked to meet production targets. The challenges of working in a new location, combined with the demands of longer shifts, created an atmosphere where teamwork and communication were more crucial than ever. At the helm of the crew was Dave, a seasoned leader known for his calm demeanor and decisive approach. His leadership style fostered a sense of trust and respect among the crew members, which was essential during this transitional phase. Dave encouraged open communication, ensuring that everyone felt heard and valued, which helped to alleviate some of the stress associated with the increased workload. The dynamics among the crew members evolved as they navigated these changes together, forming tighter bonds through shared experiences and mutual support. As they faced the challenges of the new operational demands, the crew of the Arabus Oil Rig learned to rely on one another, drawing strength from their camaraderie. This period of adjustment not only tested their resilience but also highlighted the importance of effective leadership and teamwork in overcoming adversity in the high-stakes world of offshore drilling. The onset of John's illness marked a turning point for the crew on the Arabus Oil Rig, sending ripples of concern throughout the team, particularly for Bill. As a saturation diver, John had always been a reliable presence, and his sudden health crisis raised alarms about the inherent risks of their profession. Medical protocols for saturation divers are stringent, designed to address any health issues that may arise while working at extreme depths. In the event of an illness, divers are typically evacuated to a hyperbaric chamber for immediate assessment and treatment. But the protocols also emphasize the importance of monitoring the health of all crew members closely. With John's diagnosis, Bill couldn't help but feel a growing unease about his own health. The fear of illness loomed large, as he began to question whether he was truly prepared to face the same fate. The stress of extended shifts and the pressure of working in a new location only heightened his anxiety. Each dive became a mental battle, as he grappled with the potential risks and the reality of their dangerous environment. As the situation unfolded, Bill experienced a profound sense of isolation. With John sidelined and the crew dynamics shifting, he found himself preparing to work alone, a daunting prospect that weighed heavily on his mind. The camaraderie that had once provided comfort now felt distant, leaving him to confront the challenges ahead without the support of his trusted colleague. This isolation was not just physical. It seeped into his thoughts, amplifying his worries and fears. As he geared up for his next dive, Bill was acutely aware of the fragility of life beneath the waves, and the implications of John's illness loomed large, casting a shadow over his every move. As Bill descended into the depths of the ocean, he was immediately struck by an unsettling silence that enveloped him. Unlike the vibrant underwater world he had come to expect, the seabed was eerily devoid of life. The absence of fish and other marine creatures heightened his growing unease, making the vast expanse of water feel even more isolating. Each passing moment intensified his sense of vulnerability, as he worked alone in an environment that seemed to have turned against him. As he focused on his tasks, strange movements began to catch his attention. The water around him felt alive, almost as if it were shifting in response to an unseen presence. He experienced odd sensations that sent shivers down his spine, subtle currents brushing against his suit, and the faintest whispers of sound that seemed to echo through the depths. The combination of isolation and these peculiar occurrences made it increasingly difficult for him to concentrate, amplifying his anxiety with every passing minute. Then, in the midst of his work, he had his first encounter with a mysterious creature. It emerged from the shadows, a silhouette that seemed to glide effortlessly through the water. Bill's heart raced as he struggled to comprehend what he was seeing. The creature was unlike anything he had ever encountered. Its form was elongated and fluid, with luminescent patterns that flickered like distant stars. Fear gripped him as he instinctively backed away, unsure of the creature's intentions. The isolation of the seabed felt even more pronounced in that moment, as he realized he was utterly alone, facing an unknown entity in the dark depths. This encounter left him shaken, igniting a primal fear that lingered long after the creature had vanished into the abyss, leaving him to grapple with the unsettling reality of his solitary existence beneath the waves. As Bill steadied himself in the murky depths, the creature reappeared, its presence now unmistakably menacing. It was a grotesque amalgamation of features, with a long, serpentine body covered in slick, iridescent scales that shimmered ominously in the dim light. Its eyes, large and unblinking, glowed with an otherworldly intensity, reflecting a predatory intelligence that sent chills down Bill's spine. The creature moved with a fluid grace, undulating through the water as if it were a shadow come to life, and its gaping maw revealed rows of jagged teeth that glistened like polished ivory. In an instant, the creature lunged, its speed catching Bill off guard. Panic surged through him as he attempted to evade its grasp, but the water felt thick and unyielding, slowing his movements. The creature's powerful tentacles wrapped around him, constricting with a force that left him gasping for breath. The sensation of being ensnared was suffocating, and he fought desperately against its grip, but the more he struggled, the tighter it held him. Dread washed over him as he realized the gravity of his situation. He was utterly at the mercy of this monstrous being. As the creature pulled him deeper into the abyss, a sense of helplessness enveloped him. The darkness closed in around them, and the pressure of the water felt like a vice, squeezing the air from his lungs. Every instinct screamed for him to escape, yet the creature's grip was unrelenting. Bill's mind raced with thoughts of survival, but fear clouded his judgment, leaving him paralyzed in the face of such overwhelming terror. In that harrowing moment, he understood the fragility of life beneath the waves, and the realization that he might not escape this encounter alive filled him with a profound sense of dread. The ocean, once a realm of wonder, had transformed into a nightmarish prison, and he was trapped within it. In a moment of sheer instinct, Bill summoned every ounce of strength he had left. As the creature tightened its grip, he focused on the pressure in his lungs and the instinct to survive. With a sudden burst of energy, he twisted his body, managing to slip free from its grasp just long enough to propel himself upward. The frantic ascent to safety felt like an eternity, each stroke through the water fueled by adrenaline and desperation. His heart raced, pounding in his chest as he fought against the crushing pressure of the depths. The darkness of the ocean seemed to close in around him, but the glimmer of light above became his beacon of hope. As he broke the surface, gasping for air, a wave of relief washed over him, mingled with disbelief at what he had just endured. The medical crew, alerted by his emergency signal, rushed to his side, their faces a mix of concern and confusion. They quickly assessed his physical condition, checking for signs of decompression sickness and other injuries. Yet, as he recounted the harrowing encounter with the creature, their reaction shifted from concern to skepticism. The incredulity in their eyes was palpable. They struggled to reconcile his terrifying story with the reality of their experiences on the rig. Despite their disbelief, Bill felt an unwavering determination to share the truth of what he had encountered. He understood that his story might be dismissed as a figment of his imagination, a product of stress or fatigue, but he knew what he had faced was real. The encounter had changed him, igniting a fire within to ensure that others understood the dangers lurking beneath the surface. He resolved to document his experience, to speak out against the skepticism, and to shed light on the mysteries of the deep ocean. The fear he had felt transformed into a mission, driving him to confront the shadows of doubt and share the truth, no matter how unbelievable it seemed. As Bill began to process his own harrowing encounter, he learned that John had faced similar experiences during his time on the rig. John had been grappling with feelings of isolation, compounded by the strange sightings he had reported, unexplained shadows and fleeting glimpses of bizarre creatures lurking just beyond the reach of visibility. The isolation of the deep sea had taken a toll on his mental state, leading him to question his own sanity. He often confided in Bill about the creeping dread that accompanied his dives, expressing fears that he was losing his grip on reality. Their shared trauma forged an unbreakable bond between them, as they both navigated the psychological scars left by their experiences. They found solace in each other's stories, sharing the weight of their fears and the burden of their encounters. This camaraderie became a lifeline, allowing them to confront the darkness together, even as the rest of the crew remained skeptical of their claims. However, when they approached the company with their accounts, seeking acknowledgement and support, they were met with a dismissive response. The higher-ups downplayed their experiences, attributing their claims to stress and fatigue, insisting that there was no evidence to support their stories. The company's reluctance to address the incidents only deepened the sense of betrayal felt by both men. It became clear that there was a concerted effort to cover up the truth, likely to protect the company's reputation and avoid liability. This realization fueled their determination to expose what they had encountered, despite the risks involved. They knew that their experiences were not isolated incidents but part of a larger, darker reality lurking beneath the surface. Together, they resolved to stand against the silence, vowing to share their truth and shed light on the hidden dangers of the deep, even if it meant going against the very organization that employed them. In the wake of the unsettling incidents on the Arabus Oil Rig, the government's response was swift and alarming. Rather than investigating the claims made by the divers, officials issued orders for all crew members to remain silent about their experiences. This directive was cloaked in the guise of maintaining operational integrity, but it was clear that the intent was to suppress any information that could lead to public scrutiny or regulatory backlash. The divers were warned that discussing their encounters could result in severe repercussions, including termination and legal action. As the divers grappled with their own traumatic experiences, the implications of this silence weighed heavily on them. Evidence of the strange occurrences was systematically destroyed, with reports of sightings and anomalies being erased from official logs. This deliberate act of erasure not only silenced the divers but also jeopardized the safety of future crews. Without acknowledgement of the dangers they faced, new divers would be unprepared for the potential threats lurking beneath the surface, leaving them vulnerable to the same terrifying experiences that John and Bill had endured. The atmosphere on the rig became increasingly tense, as fear permeated the ranks of the divers. They were not only afraid for their physical safety but also for their credibility. The threat of being labeled as unreliable or mentally unstable loomed large, creating a chilling effect that stifled any inclination to speak out. Many divers began to question their own perceptions, wondering if they were truly experiencing the bizarre phenomena or if the isolation was playing tricks on their minds. This fear of being dismissed or ridiculed further entrenched their silence, leaving them trapped in a cycle of anxiety and uncertainty. The government's response had not only silenced their voices but had also instilled a deep-seated fear that would haunt them long after their time on the rig had ended, casting a shadow over their future in the industry. In this video, we've explored the perilous world of saturation diving, highlighting the unique challenges and dangers that divers face while working at extreme depths. From the physical risks associated with high-pressure environments to the psychological toll of isolation, saturation diving is not for the faint of heart. We also delved into the mysterious encounters that divers, like our narrator and John, have experienced, strange sightings and eerie creatures that lurk in the shadows of the ocean, raising questions about what truly lies beneath the surface. These stories are not just thrilling tales. They serve a crucial purpose in raising awareness about the hidden dangers of underwater work. By sharing these experiences, we can shed light on the realities faced by divers and advocate for better safety measures and mental health support within the industry. It's essential that we acknowledge these encounters and the impact they have on those who brave the depths, ensuring that future divers are better prepared for the challenges they may face. If you found this video insightful and engaging, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel for more content that dives deep into the world of exploration and adventure. Don't forget to like this video and share it with friends and fellow enthusiasts who might be interested in the mysteries of the ocean. Your support helps us continue to create valuable content and raise awareness about the experiences of those who work in extreme environments. Join us as we uncover more stories from the depths and explore the unknown together. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to sharing more thrilling adventures with you soon.